What if the thoughts that run through your mind aren't just harmless musings, but powerful forces shaping your reality? In Get Out of Your Head, Jennie Allen explores how to break free from toxic thinking patterns and reclaim control over your mind. This is the story of how I confronted the chaos in my own thoughts, replaced lies with truth, and began living with greater clarity and purpose. By taking deliberate steps to challenge negativity, I discovered a pathway to peace, fulfillment, and a stronger connection with my true self. Allen begins by emphasizing the immense power of our thoughts. She explains that our minds are constantly processing an endless stream of ideas, worries, and beliefs. When left unchecked, these thoughts can lead to spiraling negativity, anxiety, and fear. However, when harnessed intentionally, they can become a source of strength and freedom. I started reflecting on the narratives running through my own mind. Were they empowering or limiting me? I realized that I often defaulted to negative self-talk, replaying scenarios where I felt inadequate or overwhelmed. Allen's message was a wake-up call. I needed to take responsibility for my thoughts rather than letting them control me. To begin, I started journaling my recurring thoughts, identifying patterns and triggers. This process helped me recognize that many of my beliefs were rooted in fear and untruths. I discovered recurring themes of self-doubt and perfectionism that were sapping my confidence. By acknowledging the power of my thoughts, I began taking the first steps toward breaking their hold on me. Through daily reflection, I started replacing automatic negativity with intentional positivity, turning my thoughts into tools for growth. Allen argues that toxic thought patterns are often based on lies we believed for years. These lies distort our perspective and keep us stuck. She challenges readers to identify these false beliefs and confront them with truth. For me, one pervasive lie was the belief that I wasn't good enough. This thought had seeped into my relationships, work, and personal goals, holding me back from fully embracing opportunities. Allen's insight helped me see that these lies weren't facts but distortions of reality, shaped by past experiences and unchallenged assumptions. I began replacing these lies with affirmations of truth. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never measure up," I reminded myself, "I am capable and deserving of success." Repeating these truths daily helped rewire my mindset. I also started seeking evidence that contradicted the lies, such as accomplishments and positive feedback from others. Allen's lesson taught me that by exposing lies, we reclaim power over our thoughts and begin to see ourselves as we truly are, worthy, strong, and resilient. Drawing from biblical principles, Allen introduces the concept of taking every thought captive. She encourages readers to intentionally challenge harmful thoughts and redirect them toward positive and life-giving truths. This practice is about actively choosing which thoughts to focus on and letting go of those that don't serve us. I began practicing this in moments of doubt or negativity. Whenever a toxic thought surfaced, I paused, questioned its validity, and chose a healthier perspective. For instance, when I felt overwhelmed by tasks, I reframed my thinking. I have the ability to prioritize and manage this workload. This simple shift reduced my stress and increased my confidence. Over time, this practice became a habit. I started creating mental scripts to counter recurring negative thoughts, such as replacing "I'm failing" with "I'm learning." Allen's teachings reminded me that while I can't control every thought that enters my mind, I can choose which ones to dwell on. By taking my thoughts captive, I experienced greater peace and clarity in my daily life. This intentional approach empowered me to build a more positive and constructive inner dialogue. Negative thought spirals can feel overwhelming and inescapable. Allen explains how these spirals often begin with a single lie or fear, which grows as we feed it with further negativity. She offers strategies to break these cycles and regain control. I recognize this pattern in my own life. A minor mistake at work, for example, would trigger a cascade of self-doubt, leading me to question my abilities and worth. To counter this, I started implementing Allen's advice, interrupting the spiral by speaking truth and shifting my focus. One effective strategy was gratitude. Whenever I felt myself spiraling, I paused to list things I was thankful for. This simple practice disrupted the negativity and reminded me of the good in my life. I also practiced mindfulness, grounding myself in the present moment to prevent my thoughts from snowballing into worst-case scenarios. Allen's insight taught me that breaking free from spirals is possible when we actively choose to shift our perspective. By combining truth-telling, gratitude, and mindfulness, I found new ways to disrupt the cycle of negativity and move forward. Allen highlights the importance of community in overcoming toxic thinking. She explains that isolation often amplifies negative thoughts, while connection with others provides support, encouragement, and accountability. A strong support system helps us navigate challenges with greater resilience. I began leaning on trusted friends and family members, sharing my struggles and seeking their perspective. Their encouragement and reminders of truth helped me see situations more clearly. I also joined a small group where we discussed personal growth and faith, creating a space for mutual support and learning. This chapter reminded me that I don't have to face my thoughts alone. Community became a powerful tool for combating negativity and fostering growth. Through these connections, I found not only support but also inspiration to pursue my goals with greater determination. Allen's message reinforced the value of surrounding myself with people who uplift and inspire me, helping me stay anchored in truth and positivity. Joy and gratitude, Allen explains, are powerful antidotes to negativity. By intentionally focusing on the good in our lives, we can shift our mindset and elevate our energy. Joy is not dependent on circumstances, but is a choice we make daily. I began incorporating gratitude into my morning routine. Each day, I wrote down 3 things I was thankful for, no matter how small. This practice helped me start the day with a positive outlook and set the tone for the hours ahead. I also made an effort to celebrate small wins and find joy in everyday moments, whether it was a kind word from a friend or a quiet walk in nature. To deepen this practice, I created a gratitude jar where I wrote down positive moments throughout the week. Revisiting these notes reminded me of the abundance in my life, even during difficult times. Allen's lesson reminded me that joy is not a fleeting emotion but a discipline. By choosing gratitude and seeking joy, I cultivated a mindset of abundance and resilience, even during challenging times. This shift helped me navigate difficulties with a sense of hope and possibility. In the final chapter, Allen encourages readers to embrace their renewed mindset and live with purpose. She explains that by breaking free from toxic thoughts, we open ourselves to greater possibilities and align more closely with our values and calling. I began clarifying my priorities and setting intentions for how I wanted to live. This included pursuing goals that aligned with my passions, deepening my relationships, and contributing to causes I cared about. With a clearer mind, I found the courage to take steps toward dreams I had previously dismissed as unattainable. Living with purpose brought a sense of fulfillment and direction. I started saying yes to opportunities that aligned with my values and no to distractions that pulled me away. Allen's insights reminded me that our thoughts shape our actions, and by transforming our inner world, we can create a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. Each step forward became a testament to the power of renewed thinking and intentional living. Get Out of Your Head taught me that freedom from toxic thinking is possible. By identifying lies, taking thoughts captive, and choosing truth, I transformed my mindset and my life. What thoughts are holding you back? Remember, the journey to a healthier mind begins with a single intentional choice. You have the power to reclaim your thoughts and create a life of peace, purpose, and joy.